Hello and welcome to An Image is Worth 1,000 Words. My name is Rob, and don't forget to check out the rest of my blog posts on my website at robhextall.com. Hello! Today it's a really wet, windy, cold spring morning, so I'm inside a bar with a nice café con leche. This week's photo shows a mechanical problem that a float was suffering during a Holy Week procession in the northern Spanish city of Vitoria-Gasteiz. The accompanying Nazarenos, with their tall pointy hats and limited visibility, had been pushing it along the streets of the city centre, but could do nothing to fix the problem, and the police had to come and tow away the biblical scene of the Last Supper. In other Spanish cities around Spain, this would never have been a problem, as these floats are generally carried on the shoulders of members of religious brotherhoods, often for hours on end, and sometimes even barefoot. Easter, and especially Holy Week, can be quite spectacular in Spain. But why does it change date every year? Let's find out more. So here is this week's question. Why does Easter change date every year? Before you start, check that you understand this vocabulary. Pause the video to make sure that you understand everything.
Easter is one of the most important Christian holidays, celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. However, unlike Christmas, which is fixed on 25th of December, Easter moves around each year. If you've ever wondered why Easter Sunday doesn't fall on the same date every year, you're not alone. Let's explore why this happens, the history behind it, and why the date remains flexible. Firstly, however, let's look at where the word comes from. Easter's name varies across cultures. In English, Easter likely comes from Eostre, an Anglo-Saxon spring goddess. In Spanish, Pascua derives from the Latin pasca, which comes from the Hebrew word for Passover, Pesach. The date of Easter depends on the lunar calendar. Specifically, Easter is celebrated on the first Sunday after the first full moon on or after the vernal equinox. The vernal equinox is the day in spring when day and night are of roughly equal length, marking the start of spring in the northern hemisphere. For simplicity, the Church fixes this date as 21st of March. This system means Easter can fall between 22nd of March and 25th of April, depending on when the full moon occurs. Easter's changing date has its roots in the Jewish holiday of Passover, which is based on the Hebrew lunar calendar. According to the Bible, Jesus was crucified shortly after Passover. Early Christians wanted to connect Easter to this event. However, disagreements arose. Some Christians celebrated Easter on 14th Nisan, the day of Passover, regardless of the day of the week. Others believed Easter should always fall on a Sunday, the day Jesus was said to have risen. To resolve the issue, the Council of Nicaea in 325 CE established that Easter would be celebrated on the Sunday following the first full moon after 24th March. This decision allowed Easter to remain in spring, but separated it from the Jewish calendar. To complicate things further, Western Christian denominations, such as Roman Catholics and Protestants, use the Gregorian calendar, while Eastern Orthodox churches follow the older Julian calendar, which is 13 days behind. As a result, Orthodox Easter typically falls later than Western Easter. For example, in 2025, Western Easter is on 20th of April, while Orthodox Easter is on 27th of April. Several proposals have been made to set a fixed date for Easter. For instance, one suggestion is to always celebrate it on the second Sunday of April. However, resistance to change is strong, with many believing that Easter's link to the lunar calendar reflects its historical and theological roots. In Spain, Easter is marked by elaborate processions during Semana Santa, Holy Week. These processions, organized by religious brotherhoods, feature large floats depicting scenes from the Passion of Christ. Participants known as Nazarenos wear traditional robes and pointed hoods as they walk through the streets carrying candles and crosses. These solemn and dramatic events attract thousands of spectators and hold deep cultural and religious significance. The pointed hats worn in Spanish Holy Week processions are called capirotes. They have medieval roots and were originally associated with public acts of penance. During Holy Week, the capirotes are meant to symbolize humility and repentance. The pointed shape is believed to bring the wearer closer to heaven, and the face is usually covered, allowing penitents to remain anonymous, emphasizing the personal nature of their devotion. The eerie yet solemn sight of these hooded figures walking through the streets, often barefoot and carrying candles or crosses, is a powerful part of Spain's Easter traditions.
Let's chat about the picture and those ideas. Number 1, describe the picture in as much detail as possible. Have you ever watched an Easter procession in Spain? Number 2, what do you typically do during the Easter period? And how does your city or town change at this time of year? Number 3, do Easter processions help strengthen faith, or have they become more about spectacle and tourism? Number 4, are church attendances declining where you live? Is religion becoming less important to people? Number 5, do you think that all public holidays should be fixed to specific dates or days of the week? Why? Why not? And here's a quick activity for you. Imagine a friend is visiting you for Easter. Describe what you will do with them to show them your area. Thank you very much. I hope this was useful. Have a great day, have a great week, and an absolutely fantastic weekend. Bye.